I'm going to probably get a lot of hate for this, but let me tell you, women, do not drop your name after marriage. Yes, I was among those in the school of thought that, oh, when you get married, why are you still attaching your father's name for? Pick up your husband's name. At this point, no, because it's looking like women, we don't have any identity any longer. You get married, you drop a name you have answered for most part of your life, you pick up another person's name, and when something goes south, everybody's telling you, drop the name. Why are you still bearing the name? You're still hiding under the shadow of his name. Then you now drop the name. Let's not even talk about the process it takes to, regularize all your accounts, your documents to that your new husband's name. If anything goes south, God forbid, you start going through that whole process again of reclaiming your identity. Oh no, I no longer go as Mrs. Precious Washington. Precious Ubani, you're now trying to go back again because look at what you guys are telling your Lodiochi's wife. Hey, change the name, do this one. Why are you still bearing his name? Change it. And I'm like, I don't understand. This is like women. This is just a temporary thing. If anything happens, you go back. So don't go through that stress. Worst comes to worst, attach the name. Say you get married and the person's name is Promise. You say Precious Obani hyphen Promise. So that anything will happen, you just drop her. I know I'm going to probably...
Let me ask you, what did you learn from that? What do you think about what she just said? Let's talk about it. If you ask me, I will say she's right. Oh yes, she is right. Let me hear your own opinion, but this is my own opinion. She's right to an extent. Well, God made marriage, right? Biblically, I would say she's not right. Because the Bible wants you to, whatever that you're doing, whoever you are, you cling to your husband and everything is under him, okay? But society, now let's talk about what society is bringing. Society is not bringing that. The mentality of our men has gotten into their brain to the extent that even parents are not helping. Now, what do I mean by parents? Most of the generation of our parents, not we now. We are another generation of parents, but I'm talking of our own parents. Most of their own mentality had really messed things up. Because of what they have gone through in the hands of our forefathers, so most of them didn't really make our men or train our men in a way they should. They want to continue the trend because they feel that is right. The fact that so many men in the Bible, they married as many women as possible, doesn't mean it's right. Now listen, in the Bible, God created Adam, right? And made Eve out of Adam. That is how possible it is. From one rib, right? Now, how would you bring out Eve from one man? That's gonna scatter the man. Now, to me, many of these divorces in marriage is based on infidelity. A lot of them, okay, let me say some of them are not, but a lot of them, most percentage of them is based on infidelity from the man. I would say from the man. Some women are also into this, so men are working out. But mostly it is women that are working out because of infidelity and they can't cope. No woman wants to go through what their mothers went through in the hands of their father. So my advice is, as a woman, before you even go in, just make sure you are ready. Like ready for anything, because as it is right now, it seems anything could happen. That's what marriage is all about now. Marriage is just like a try. Let me give it a try. If anything happens, I move. So people, like women, they are no longer taking rubbish. Let me put it that way. I don't know what other language I'm going to put it. You can borrow me some language. But what I'm saying is, if you are going into marriage as a woman now, if you're just about to get married, me, I will say, go into that marriage, keep your name, add hyphen to your name, and put your husband. I am going to be sincere. No hypocritism here. We are all Christians and we have carried so much hypocrite around. We are so, so I don't know, we are so unreal sometimes. So we don't practicalize whatever we believe in. Now it's time to practicalize it. Go into marriage. You don't have to change your name, but you just have to add your name, add a name to your name, your husband's name. You can't trash the effort of your father in your life because a father sent you to school or whatever, sent you to work or to do whatever, just to be somebody. Or let me say your parent did everything to make you the fact that you are a woman. You are a woman. It has not reduced your it doesn't reduce your potential. It doesn't reduce you as a human being. We all are human. So if you're going into marriage as a woman, I will say personally now, because I'm supporting the lady, it is true. I will say that go into the marriage. I won't say don't change your name. You have to change your name because your husband has to see that truly you are with him. So, but I will say had his name as Ivan. If you had his name as Ivan, that is going to help you to keep your sanity, like if anything, but go with one mind, like because not all men, not all men are not the same. Let me put it that way. And same goes to women. Not all women are not the same either. All men are not the same. So let's try to be real, okay? Go into marriage, make sure you're not a liability, and make sure you're not proud. Do everything, like fulfill all righteousness, because you just have to fulfill all righteousness. God does not God will fight for you if you're the righteous one. And what I mean by righteous doesn't mean you're a woman being without sin, but I'm saying you have fulfilled all righteousness of marriage. You have followed all the concepts of marriage, all the things the Lord laid down for us to follow. You have followed that. So as long as you have followed that, then I will say at least you are righteous in your marriage. So that if anything should go wrong, because marriage now is called expect the unexpected. Okay? Pray, yes, pray, do pray, but God doesn't force us to do some certain things. We just have to respect ourselves. So it's good to pray, yes, pray for your marriage, do everything, but in case things don't go as well as you plan, or the man is not cooperating, because some men don't cooperate, of course, they will go as far as doing all sorts just to frustrate you out of that home. And that has always been, okay? Some of them will never realize it until years later. We have some fathers like that who just died out of their carelessness. They will never repent until they go with that battle, okay? So all of this transfer of battle or transfer of the problem of your father's house or the problem of your mother's house, it's all let's re-strategize. That's all what I would say. She's right to an extent. Yes, she is. Let's face the reality now, because marriage seems like a scam. Yes, it's a scam, because what's the point? You go into the presence of God, you keep blabbing, blah, 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 blah. I will take you, I will take her, I will take him with my Lord and Savior. Blah, blah, blah. I will love him, I will do this, I will do this. Death to us part. Lies. Fat lies. If you know you are in the presence of God and you're making all those blabbing statements, and then at the end of it all, you're not faithful, you don't keep to that person, you're not committed, okay? Because you're committed. The only reason you got married in the first place, excuse me, and shut that door. The only reason you got married in the first place, this children, shut the door. I'm so sorry. I try not to talk, but he pushed me. He kept waving like this, just to distract me out of my video. After I told them I want to do the video. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Let me just continue. The only reason. What was I saying? Anyway, all I'm saying is that if you're married and you know your wife is not cheating on you, you know you have a good wife, right? And you, the wife, you know your husband is good to you. He's not cheating on you. He is a good man. Then why cheating on him? Why cheating on her? Why can't we be committed? Before you got married, you knew you were not going to be faithful. Then why are you getting married? And as for those of you who believe that marriage is, I am polygamous, men are polygamous in nature. Oh, okay. If you believe you are a man and your nature is a polygamist, don't get married. Because what if the woman you marry does not like polygamy? You don't have to get married to her. You don't have to tie her down. You don't want her to cheat on you, but you can cheat on her. You don't want her to have a child like some men will say, I can't marry a woman who already has a child. I can't marry after one. But after, in the marriage, they will go and bring another child. They will tell you I impregnated someone. So what's the difference? You don't want to marry somebody that already had a child with somebody, but you will later impregnate someone and bring a child, a strange baby to that woman. That is mean. It is wickedness. You men, if you cannot commit, don't get married. It's not by force. And as for women too, if you know infidelity is not your thing, infidelity is your thing. He said no. Don't get married. It's not by force. So I stick to this lady. Whatever she said is true. So what is your own opinion, my few viewers? I want to hear from you too. What do you think? As for me, I say yes to what she said. See you again. Subscribe, like, share. Bye.
We had a glorious generation, family.